Hi everyone, today we're going to be covering the IXL Assignment 3R2, nets of three-dimensional figures. First, let's refresh our memory on what a net is. A net can be folded to construct a three-dimensional figure or a solid shape. So if we look at these different examples here, in the first one, we have the three-dimensional shape of a rectangular prism, and when we unfold it, that creates a net. So especially for, rectangles, I think of, cereal boxes or moving boxes, where if you break that box down and open it up flat, that is the net. That's the two-dimensional shape that can be folded to create the three-dimensional rectangular prism. And then here we have an example of a square base pyramid, then a cylinder, and lastly, a cone. So essentially a net is that 2D version, and you can fold it on up and create a three-dimensional figure. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can do on IXL to get some practice in. All right, here we are on IXL, assignment 3R2, nets of three-dimensional figures. So we're given the three-dimensional shape, and we want to find which net matches it. It's really important to look at the entire shape because I can tell that it's a triangle or it's a pyramid. However, I need to look at the base because in our first option, the base, which is our dotted line, is a triangle. And in our second option, the base is a square. Well, for our three-dimensional figure, it has a base of a triangle, meaning this first option would be the net. That's what it would look like if we opened it up and unfolded it. Which net will this figure make? Okay, we have a cylinder. I need to look closely because in both of these, that wraparound part, so I think of like a Pringles can, that wraparound part, that's going to unfold and it will make a rectangle. But once again, we got to focus in on our bases. And I see that the top, so our base is a circle. In the first one, it's a square. In the second one, we have a circle. So that would be the top and the bottom of our cylinder, or like the top and the bottom of our Pringles can. Ooh, this one. All right, so this is the opposite. This time they're giving us the net, and we have to pick which three-dimensional shape fits it. All right, I have three rectangles. So looky here. 1, 2, 3 rectangles, and then we have 2 triangles. When I look at my 2 different options, this first one is our correct answer because here we have a rectangle. And if I kind of visualize the whole thing, well, if it's three-dimensional, I'm going to have a rectangle on the other side and a rectangle as my base. So that gives us the 3 rectangles. And then our sides are a triangle. And of course, I would have one on the other side. And here are the 2 triangles that will come together. Let's bump it up a notch and try a harder one. Ooh, look at this shape. Actually, even though this is a higher SMART score level, I think this question happens to be easier because the first option here, my first net, I notice is a square and triangles. That is not at all like this shape, is it? No. But what I do notice matches, we have several little rectangles all the way around. That would be these rectangles. And then we have, let's see how many sides. Looks like an octagon maybe. Yep, an octagon. We have an octagon on either side as our 2 bases. So the second one is the net. That is what the unfolded version of this figure would be. How about this one? This is going to be our pyramid. If we look at what matches, notice that the base is a square. Right here, we have a pyramid with a square base. And then our sides are all triangles. And if it's a 3D shape, I'd have 1, 2, and then there's 2 more on the other side that I can't see. That gives us the 4 triangles. Let's bump it up one more time and we will make this our last couple problems. Now we're given the net and we're not given the visuals. So that means we have to be able to read those names and visualize in our head for ourselves what they mean. Okay, if I look at my different options here, is it going to create a cube? Well, a cube is a square, so that's a no. Is it going to create a cone? Nope, a cone would have probably a circle base, and then it would wrap around and have, I don't even know what shape that is. It's kind of like a semicircle almost, but that wouldn't be a cone. A hexagonal prism. Okay, so a hexagon, that means it has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that shape has 6 sides. Most likely that's it, but let's look at our final option just to make sure. A cylinder. Yeah, that wouldn't be a cylinder because remember, a cylinder, our tops and bottoms are a circle, and this is definitely not a circle. That means this net creates a hexagonal prism. This will be our final question. So which net would make a triangular pyramid? Well, triangular means triangles, and then pyramid is the 3D version of a triangle. That would be this one, because it's a triangular, because our base is a triangle, and then our other 3 sides are a triangle, which would form on up to be a pyramid. Just for funsies, what would this one be? That other option would make a cylinder, because that square wraparound would come around to make the main part, and then the 2 circles would be your bases. All right, it is now your turn to try this, guys. This is definitely one that is a little bit more visual, a little bit more vocab based. So if there are any shapes that you don't remember the words to, you could always look them up. Like in this case, a pentagon. Remember a pentagon has 5 sides. An octagon, oct stands for 8, so it has 8 sides. So if you get any ones like that and you're not 100% sure, you could just double check and say, okay, how many sides does a pentagon have? How many does have an octagon? Just to make sure you can get it correct. All right, you guys got this. I know you do, but if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out via email or come to a help session. Bye.